let's take an example. Right now, if say we have to build a new model, deploy it, and take it to production, and we say that we have to do it in 2 days. This was unthinkable. It was undoable. Probably 5 years back, but now it is doable. So now that gives you a flexibility to do things in a more data-driven way at a very short notice, which was not doable earlier. That flexibility opens an enormous opportunity for humans to get a lot of things done very quickly, and this opportunity has been unlocked because of the large language models.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Leadership and Learnings with Deepika Podcast, and this is Deepika, your host. Today, we are exploring the operational shift happening across the enterprise as organizations move from traditional automation toward AI powered agents and autonomous workflows. And today, we are joined by Anupam Purwar. He's an accomplished researcher, AI innovator, and a passionate AI educator who has been helping and inspiring thousands of learners through his work. With his deep expertise in agentic learning, machine learning, and today he brings a unique perspective on how organizations can successfully navigate the next wave of AI transformation. Welcome to the show, Anupam.
Hi Deepika, happy to be here.
Thank you, Anupam. Let's get started. I've been wondering for a long time as AI agents take on more execution and engineers are shifting from writing code to supervise these agents. How do you think, or how does the role change here, and what skills do they actually need?
So I think, if we look at the world of how it has progressed, there has always been autonomous systems, be it the factories which started producing cars, or be it the AI systems, which are not only automation but a lot of thinking work as well. But if you really look at what is required to make decisions and get things done, involves a lot of context. And wherever the context is something that implicitly cannot be provided to an AI agent, it would require human beings to step in and provide the required context so as to get the things done in a proper as well as less time consuming way. Things where context cannot be captured and provided to language models for easy consumption, they are all like humans are going to be relevant. Now, if we sort of project that to things which we humans are still better at doing, it leaves a huge sort of landscape out there. And I see AI systems powered by language models more as sort of collaboration tools rather than things which could replace us. If we uh, use them in the collaborative spirit and learn how to actually collaborate with these AI systems, then none of us are going to lose jobs. In fact, we are going to become more productive. That's my take on it.
Sure, Anupam. When you have mentioned about autonomous systems, that raises a critical point on control. When the agents are being autonomous, how do we actually trust them? When to take those decisions? Do you follow any specific guardrails here?
So, see, I think I will again tie this back to the availability of context. So, wherever context is there, and context is something that can be fed to the language models, there we don't have to really worry about what are they producing as much as areas where context is not available. Number one. And number two, I would say that the concept or thought process of guardrails has become sort of obsolete or going to become obsolete gradually, because now we are talking about building AI verifiable systems. So you can make a team of AI agents. Okay, one will produce the output, other is going to verify it. If you look at the Anthropic compiler experiment, where they sort of really made a team of agents. A few agents were solving the problem, few agents were verifying it, and then they were collaborating and trying to refine things. Means if a compiler can be written from scratch by a team of AI agents in a matter of few days, where we keep them in a sort of a loop, okay, where one is producing and another is verifying, then you don't have to really worry about a lot of guardrails, because the AI agents will be capable of doing. But when it really comes to places, okay, where some of the regulatory and compliance guidelines like GDPR from the EU and like the EU AI Act, okay, things where they specify that you can't really touch or you can't really have AI systems take decisions. So, for example, in the respect to say recruiting people or with respect
Mhm.
to taking decisions for someone's medical history, wherever like regulatory and compliance guidelines come into the picture, people will have to be like sort of doubly careful. Okay, I think neither would AI verifiable systems take care of those requirements, nor would guardrails really take care of those requirements. Because means as humans, we have decided we are not going to trust these AI systems. So yeah, so it's like sort of white and black. Like if we think about the regulatory and compliance frameworks
Mhm.
that are coming, and I think every country would have their or every region would have their own compliance act. I think the state of California, when they came up with the AI regulation, that is very different. I would say like almost orthogonal to what EUA Act says and what DPDP Act says in India. Things that are sort of highlighted by these acts, we won't be able to capture using guardrails. So the next progressive step in that direction is being able to build AI systems which are able to self-verify their output.
Okay. It really comes down to balancing risk with real value here. And with your unique blend of both engineering excellence and business excellence, how do you bridge that gap between what engineers want to build AI today and what business outcomes that leaders expect?
Right. So I see this as a demand and supply matching problem. So where demand is, of course, from the leadership or the business decision maker to get some of the things done. And supply is like the people who are able to execute those things. Now I think for me my role is more like an AI translator who understands the business details and the priorities, and all on the same time I also understand in very lot of comprehensive detail how these models work, how we can use these language models to build autonomous AI systems, having a flavor of both. My job is to convert those business requirements into technical requirements and then give it back to my team. But I believe that is also something language models will start doing in time to come. I think there is one more element which is like keeping both the demand and supply happy. I see my role more there, and I think that's an area where I think language models will not be able to sort of go and sort of take care of everybody's aspirations, because human beings, okay, whether they are the leaders, okay, or whether they are the engineers, both come with sort of a very unique style of working. Because you have to understand them and understand their motivations, what inspires them, what makes them really solve a problem. So that's something sort of one have to optimize in a role like mine. And if you are able to challenge your engineers and your scientists and your architects in a way that keeps them engaged, that makes them feel satisfied, and that also makes them feel that they are learning, or they are not falling behind in terms of the knowledge, then they are happy, they are going to work for you. But at the same time, one also have to ensure that whatever way I break it down, okay, as a technical problem for my engineers, it finally, when everything is put together, it will solve the big puzzle that the leadership wants to solve. So and I think this is one area where people would have to even the engineers today would have to start diversifying themselves, and that has actually led to new job families. For example, if you look at the job family of forward deployed engineers, there was no such concept few years back. But now engineers are also expected to go and talk to the customer. So they are probably not talking to the leaders, but they are talking to the customer and translating
Right.
their requirements and getting things done immediately. I would say, I mean, people will have to keep diversifying themselves, not just stick to their screen, but actually do something which is more realistic and which solves a business problem.
Thank you, Anupam, for that interesting perspective. And before we wrap up, Anupam, this is a bit more personal, and I see that you are working as a corporate technology leader, but you are yet finding time to teach and educate on the AI courses and mentor young minds. What is that? We want to hear more about your teaching and education courses.
Yeah, that's an area like teaching is something which is very close to my heart. And I would say like in the last 5 years, probably through teaching, I would have interacted with probably 5,000 people or more. Whereas if you look
Oh,
at, say, my job or my corporate career, you really don't get to interact with that many people. Right. So it gives me like a worldview when I talk to people, when I go teach them, when I take these sessions. Like, so I've started with teaching AI and then it became generative AI. I'm teaching agentic AI. I'm just trying to keep up with the demands and the requirements of the time. And I think teaching makes you a more well-rounded person because you have to understand people, not just understand the frameworks or the technology. And there is a famous Sanskrit phrase, okay, shlok that says, okay, Vidya dadati vinyam, vinya dadati patratam. And the meaning of that shlok is like from knowledge, okay, you learn a lot of humility. And when you become when you learn humility, you actually become a qualified person. And the following line says that by sharing knowledge, your knowledge multiplies. Whereas if you contrast that sharing money, it actually goes down. I think my students are doing a huge favor to me that they're coming and learning from me because it is only helping me multiply my knowledge. Yeah, that's my philosophy, and that's why I'm into teaching AI. And like even this weekend, I'm teaching at IIT Patna. That's how I end up spending some of my weekends.
that's truly inspiring, Anupam. And you
Mhm.
are one of those finest teachers I found there. Thank you so much for doing it and then mentoring a lot of young minds.
I'm part of an initiative called AI Gurukul, and we have like other people also working professionals who try to give their time and help mentor young people. And for college students or for school students, we've been doing it for free for last 3 years, and we have done these sessions for lots of colleges, IITs, ISC, BITS, all these sessions. We volunteer our time and teach the students there.
Sure, Anupam. Please share more of those links so that we can add it to the session
Sure,
so people can do follow you.
sure. Okay.
Thank you, Anupam, for sharing your
Yeah.
insights. It's such
Yeah.
a wonderful session. Thank you.
Thanks, Deepika. Nice talking to you.